I monitored of a range as a chartered Burgundy and White's aircraft of New York, transport 10 Ruski spies, parked on the lane at Vienna airport following to a Ruski aircraft in 4 persons more than agents on executive board. It was July 2010 and I was accountability on the largest spy replace among Russia and the joint state with the common Cold Warfare. It came as slight surprise party how Vienna had been selected as the website for the greatest exchanging of open secret agents with the common Cold Warfare. The town has a length heritage as a hearth of world spying, and it continues up to this date. The newest instance has go as a special confusion to Austria. A retired Austrian colonel is creature studied by prosecutorial on concoction how he spied for Russia with the 1990s. Austria is seen as one of the few friends Russia has in the EU, and just months ago Ruski CEO Vladimir Putin flew in as a surprise party visitor for the marriage of Overseas Secretary Karin Neisl. Amongst the spies exchanged on the asphalt at Vienna airport in 2010 was Sergei Skripal, poisonous in Salisbury the year. A Ruski war intellect official, he had been work as a UK dual broker. Else was Anna Chapman, a charming scarlet-headed Ruski broker who had been expelled of the joint state. Vienna's repute for creature a center for spies is partially geographical location. Positioned shut to the Ferris Vale, inert Austria was a easy auditory position for the communistic epoch, on to Siegfried Ehl, historiographer and founding member of the Austrian Center for Intellect, Promotion and Safety Teaching. Creature relying in Vienna for the common Cold Warfare, intended intellect services could organize all various of things in Yugoslavia, in Hungary, in Czechoslovakia, though as far as Poland, he says. This Austrian by the government was thirsty to stay inert. So it advanced an ambience in that all was cute cozy and profited of every sum. It was a industry you aware. Spying was a industry. It yet is. It brings a lot of human beings in a lot of cash and a lot of supporting in the nation. The classical common Cold War cinema, The Tertiary Person, shows how Vienna was separated in 4 persons union zones, controllable by the UK, the Americans, the France and the Soviet power. Though the history of the tertiary man is more than concentrated on dark marketplace racket rather than spying, Siegfried Ehl says it was encouraged by an Austrian reporter, Peter Smolka, who treated for UK intellect and who was as well a Soviet's birthmark. Present the Ferris Vale has lost, but the spies stay. These days, Vienna is household to one of the staff of the Joint Nations, and the Europe Safety Flesh, the Organization for Safety and Company Operation in Europe. How lot countries include not foreign legation, but up to 2 more than tactful missions to the world organizations. These ensure both of tactful immune and lid for spies. The yearly paper of the Austrian Fed Office Space for the Protect of the Basic Law and Combating Terrorism, BVT, says Austria is a preferred region of operative for overseas spies and the quantity of intellect agents remnant top. While the paper was given over the year, the chief of the BVT, Peter Greidling, would not be painted on accurate numbers of overseas agents operational there, but told it was a society of hundreds of human beings. Yet, he as well marked how down there is now a more thickness of as called intellect services of external the EU in Brussels rather than in Vienna. Gerhard Mangot, Prof of World Relations at the College of Innsbruck, says it is overall expertise how these agents frequently try to hire Austrian informants. He was amazed how the Austrian by the government solved to go social in the latter concoction versus the retired colonel, especially taking into account Vienna's shut bonds in Russia. This open secret services are really busy in Austria on a duplex base, hard to win above informants of different institutions, he told. Professor Mangot was oneself courted by both of the Ruski and the UK intellect services. I was contacted by a Ruski open secret facility man in the 1990s to job for the Ruski party, and I as well include to say how MI6 contacted me in the 1990s to job as an informer. I'm certainly how down there are lot more than Austrian human beings out down there who job for overseas open secret services, he told. This reality how the policy spy was unsecured should be no surprise party for the Austrian by the government. Siegfried Ale agrees. Political community should aware by now how spying is in world industry in that all is implicated. Instead of accusing the Russians, the Austrians should include looked at their own kit up and requested how we could include had a spy in our ranks for 25 years.